Alright, Elvis fans, this is Rare Elvis Photos. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, hit all notifications by hitting that bell. Consider becoming a member to help the channel out, and we're going to get started in this video here. Hey, make sure you support other creators that are out there. You know, Shauna has a great page. Denny Baker Official is a great page. Louie, Defending Elvis Presley. There's a lot of great pages that are out there. If you haven't found them, find them. Anyhow, so let's talk about this. And what's the subject of this video going to be? Well, you know how Priscilla always has kind of perpetrated a story that Elvis wouldn't touch her because she was a mother, and that he didn't find her attractive. I happen to think, and I did see a user comment about this recently too, so it's not just me that thinks this, that she made that story up. That's my opinion. I know this is just for entertainment, but this would be the reason why I think she would have possibly made the story up. She was having an affair right after this picture, basically, not that long after. You know, and she was having an affair with the dance instructor, and she even admitted it in the book. She's the first one that cheated. So perhaps Elvis didn't want to touch her for the very simple reason that she was sleeping around. We do know that there's stories about Elvis back in the early days in the 50s that he was worried about potentially catching something. You know, think about that. You're married. You know, Elvis was, even though he had romances in a sense, and he had a lot of relationships throughout the 60s, you know, a lot of people said that it wasn't consummated, that a lot of time it was just petting, kissing, you know, talking, all that other stuff. But it would make sense to me that, first, for a couple different reasons, that why Elvis wouldn't want to touch Priscilla. You know, they've just gotten married. He finds out that she's out there having an affair on him. And, you know, why would you want to touch him? You know, Elvis was an emotional being. You know, and there's different types of sexualities, and, you know, and sometimes it's a very physical nature that a person is, and sometimes it's a very spiritual or emotional nature. And I guarantee you that Elvis was of the emotional nature. So there's a big reason right there why Elvis would not want to touch Priscilla anymore. You know, she had betrayed him, and then if he was worried about potentially catching something, well, that'd be concern there. She, you know, she's making an impulsive decision to have an affair with somebody, and I believe he was married too. I believe Steve Peck was married, if that's who she had the affair with. Now, once again, she doesn't name him in the book. The Elvis world itself has pointed the finger at Steve Peck on that, because that's when he was, I guess, she was taking lessons from him. And, you know, I'm certain that he probably wasn't the only one. You know, when there's one, there's more. If that relationship didn't work out, and then Priscilla and Elvis are still not working out that way, there's going to be somebody else that she falls into the arms of. Now, once again, do I know that? No. Am I just making educated guesses? Yes, I am. But, you know, I haven't really heard the Elvis community as a whole consider that. You know, they've always said, oh, well, Elvis was with this person and she had a child, so it can't be that. You know, and perhaps that's what it is. I mean, you know, we heard from Joyce Bova kind of the same thing, that he didn't find mothers attractive like that anymore. But I don't think Joyce Bova stated that until after Priscilla's book came out. So maybe Joyce needed an excuse. I don't know. And if Joyce is on here, maybe you can answer that. But I tend to think that's the reason why he and Priscilla were not intimate anymore. After Lisa, I think they took the required time, 6 weeks, you know, 8 weeks. It all depends on the lady, and how her recovery is, you know. And within just a few short weeks after that, she was having an affair. So, who knows? Maybe she was ready to do something earlier, and Elvis, being old-fashioned and old school, didn't want to hurt her, because, you know, he's always been that type of. He wanted to wait, supposedly, for Priscilla, so he didn't injure her in any way. You know, if that story's to be believed, you know, because first off, I mean, it was Elvis was old-fashioned. And he also probably wanted to protect her reputation as well as his. So let me know what you think in the comments. This is Rare Elvis Photos. Like, subscribe, share this video.